Here we are at the 2018 Great Northwest Challenge on field number 2. Again, we have the Northern California Barbarians in the blue against the Washington Wolverines in the black. Uh, Barbarians ready to kick off. Here we go. Right away we have a penalty to the Barbarians. Will take it up quickly and are putting the pressure early in this match on the Wolverines. Big hit up by one of the forwards. And a great good counter work by the Wolverines. But the ball comes out on the blue side. Yep. Lost his cool there. Left his feet. Went diving over the ruck. That will always be a penalty. Oh, unfortunately, back behind the play, we have a Barbarian hurt, holding his ankle. And unfortunately, that Barbarian player is being helped off the field. The Wolverines take advantage of their penalty and clear the ball to touch. Wolverines throw. Stolen by the Barbarians. Find a little gap. Scrum half keeps weak side. Pick around the edge to the weak side here by the Barbarians. They're trying to keep the ball alive. Playing really way too high. Both these teams are playing too high. They need to get down lower. Make it easier on themselves to recycle the ball. Quick tap by 9. Gets an offload in. It's recycled. Punch up. Again, too high. And it gets turned over. Kick gets charged down. So there's no offside there. Wolverines took that ball in and couldn't get it back, so it's going to be a scrum to Barbarians. Barbarians put in a small shove. Not a bad platform though to launch from. 10, 12, 13. Gets on the outside, back inside. He's trying hard to get to ground. He does. The ball is being recycled a little slowly. And they're going to try and go the other way. And here they go. Oh, he didn't get the ball out of his hands. I think if he could have released that pass out to his left, there was numbers out there for the Barbarians. The Wolverines pick up that sloppy ball, and now they're on the attack deep in their end. Adam keeps his legs churning, gets a gain line, gets it recycled. Ball spilled by the Wolverines, and right there the Barbarians are there to snap it up. Ball was there to be played, and unfortunately the Barbarian player was on the ground playing with that ball. So it's a penalty to the Wolverines. An opportunity for them to relieve pressure. And they do. Heads up. They came right into our booth. Wolverines throw. It's a breezy day here. It might be tough to get that ball thrown straight. Blue steals again. A lot of cross-field running, but a high tackle. And the penalty's awarded to Blue, who didn't quite tap it to the mark there, so they're going to have to come back. Set up their play. Nine likes to run the ball a lot. Barbarians hit up again with their forwards. And they're awarded with the penalty. They tap it quickly, and their number 8's off and running. He caught way behind the gain line there. That was very pedestrian. They're hanging on to the ball, the Barbarians, but they're not really gaining any ground. Number 12 slips through a tackle, but he gets himself dispossessed. And he held on to the ball there, so he was awarded a penalty. Now they're going to look to clear. They haven't had much luck in the lineout so far. Oh, it takes an awkward hop for the Barbarians, and the Wolverines are lucky to get that ball into touch. I think the Wolverines are 0 for 2 in the lineouts. They had 2 throws, and both stolen by the Barbarians. Both throws were a little bit short. They need to get the ball up above that first jumper for the Barbarians so that they can control the lineout. There they go. Now they have it. Oops. And then I think that was supposed to go to one of his teammates, and it just didn't hit anybody. Barbarians kick aimlessly right down the middle of the field. The Wolverine fullback's looking to attack. Makes a few guys miss. Gets wrangled. Yeah, and there's a high tackle and stop a play. This could be a booking. Referee's having a chat. And looks like just a warning. Wolverines are setting up their penalty play. And it lacks imagination. Good counter ruck by Blue, though. Makes this ball really sloppy. This ball's... And Blue's awarded the penalty when the Wolverines hold on to the ball. And they find touch, and they'll have a line out just short of the 10-meter line. Wolverines get a hand to it, but just not enough of it. And the Barbarians are on the run. If they could straighten up a little bit, they'd be good, but they're very cross-field running. Wolverines are right there to snap up that loose ball, and they keep the ball in play. Again, a high tackle on the blue team. Blue's been won once for this. The Barbarians been won once for the high tackles. And so I don't think the referee has any choice but to award a yellow card. And there he goes. So Wolverines will be playing 15 on 14. They choose the high up and under, which is well taken by the Barbarians. Running across the field though, and it runs right into the shadow of his own goalpost. And that ball squirts out in goal dangerously, but the Wolverines are over the top, and the Barbarians get out of jail card free here with the penalty. Well cleared. Throwing in, it's a little sloppy, but the hooker for the Barbarians gets the ball back, and he gets a penalty, and there's a quick tap by 9 again. Gets held up. Yeah, he was held up high. And the referee's reaching in his pocket. And now we're 14 on 14 as the Wolverines take a yellow card. Barbarians choose just to push the ball down that touchline and get a lineup. Probably gain about 15 meters on that kick, but it's their throw-in. Each team with the man in the sin bin, so both teams are at 14 on the field. And the Wolverines have stolen it. This is a dangerous ball. Wolverines work it wide. Gets the gain line out wide here. 12 takes it straight ahead. Here comes the ball back. It's a good play there. Swims through some of that contact. And another forward takes it straight up and the ball's out. Well, I don't think he had any idea what he was going to do there. And there's another high tackle. Pretty soon he's going to have to show red to somebody. So the Barbarians have 2 players off the field in the sin bin, and the Wolverines have 1. So Wolverines have 14 men on the field, Barbarians 13. This could break out into a 7-a-side game. "14 finds a gap, and he is rumbling down the field. Ball comes back sloppily. And another penalty. These teams can make the initial break, and they can't finish. And it seems like they're struggling once that break is made to get numbers to the ball in order to secure it and to win the ruck. And they end up giving up penalties for holding on to the ball. We're deep into the first half now with only a couple minutes left, and we have no score. Now line out for the Barbarians. Well, the Wolverines definitely look like they must be offsides because the lineouts on the Wolverine side of the 10-meter line by quite a bit, and their back line is barely on the 10-meter line, so I think they have to be offside. Overthrow, but taken by 7. He was given 6 a ride. Oh, but he turned the ball over in the tackle. And Wolverines are awarded with a penalty. The penalty stop starts by both teams if ruining any momentum any team can get. That's a great kick. So that gives the Wolverines a line out deep in the Barbarian territory in the last few minutes of the first half. Remember, they're up a man. The Barbarians have 13 on the field, and the Wolverines have 14. A good line win and a good platform for the Wolverines. They get around the edge, and again, they're awarded with the penalty, and they go quickly. Not back 10. So they're awarded with a penalty again, and they tap it quickly. 14 finds a gap. He's found a couple gaps today, and he gets the try. In the waning moments of the half, that puts the Wolverines up 5-0. Conversion's up, and it's off to the right. So we're into stoppage time now, and Barbarians are to kick off to the Wolverines. An awkward kick, but well taken by the Wolverines. And they recycle quickly. Searching, probing, holding the ball out, and eventually loses it. The Barbarians have it. Tries the big step, but he gets tackled. Big pass. It's getting a little chippy out there. I think there was a late tackle that one of the blue players took offense to. The ARs come in to help the referee sort this out, but both teams are kind of jawing at each other right now. Captains of the two teams, the AR and the referee, are having a discussion. The AR's part of the discussion is done. Hands are shaken, and cooler heads are prevailing. So the Wolverines decide to tap, run a scissor. Now one of the big guys fends off a player or two and then spills the ball forward. And here come the Wolverines now on attack. They have a little bit of space. 13 decides to run right into a brick wall. Now they find some space on the outside. Oh! And another penalty. The referee doesn't want to, but he's just having a talking to with the player. He hasn't reached into his pocket yet. And a yellow card. First time I've ever seen a handshake for getting a yellow card, but he seems to be taking that in good spirit. 14 on 12 now for the Barbarians. At least they're going to be well rested in the second half. That's a halftime. Although I didn't think halftime could end at a penalty, but that's the end of the half. 5-0, the Wolverines over the Northern Cal Barbarians. All right, about ready to get the second half underway here, and it is 5-0, the Wolverines over the Barbarians. Wolverines are going to kick off here. First half was marred by 4 yellow cards, 3 for the Barbarians and 1 for the Wolverines. I think both teams are still going to be playing short. The Barbarians are still going to be playing with 12 men, while the Wolverines will have 14 players. But players should be starting to come back on the pitch here shortly. And the second half's underway. That ball hits the ground, and it is claimed by the Wolverines, who have a storming run. This is the way to start a half. 13 is down close. It's a little slower ball. Give it to number 3, who's just come on the field. And he's dragging players toward the goal line, but he gets dispossessed. And the Barbarians are off to the races. There's been a lot of penalties, a lot of turnovers, and a lot of cards in this game. It's been entertaining, but it hasn't been the best played. The Barbarians are thinking about running the ball at their own end, and they actually end up having to touch the ball down in their own end goal. So the Wolverines will get a 5-meter scrum. It was a great start to the half there. The Barbarians let that ball on the kickoff hit the ground, and it took a high hop, and number 14, the try scorer for the Wolverines, got up and tapped it to number 8, who had a storming run, and given off to Big Prop, who just came on the field. He took it down just inches from the goal line, but it got dispossessed, and the Barbarians, probably ill-advised, tried to run it out of their own end goal. Ended up taking it back in their end goal, and a loose pass, and they're forced to touch it down. Big. So Scrum's in a dangerous spot for the Barbarians, especially with the big right blind side. Given I don't see the Barbarian scrum half coming around in any kind of defensive posture onto the blind side, so at least not before that put in he did. He still hasn't. But the ball squirts out. Yeah, the Wolverine flanker broke off, and the number 9 ends up running behind him, causing a accidental offsides. That ball doesn't make touch. Number 11 on the counterattack. 13 to 18. Gets bundled into touch just short of the goal line. Wolverines knocking on the door, but the Barbarians once again are going to run it out from their own goal. Makes one man miss, makes 2 men miss. Now he takes the ball almost to the 10-meter line and throws it forward. So far, all playing this for second half have been on the Barbarian side of the field. They've tried to run another end. That was almost successful, but still, it's just a hard path. Good platform. Little chip through. That looks dangerous. Not controlled yet by the Wolverines, but they get a penalty for playing the man. And they're off and running. 8, so close. Stop just short. 9 tries to have a go himself, but gets sent backwards. But again, another penalty for offside on the blue team. And there it is. It had to happen now. Wolverines score again. So much pressure and too many players. They increased their lead to 10-0. Conversion yet to come. Conversion's no good, and so it stays 10-0. Barbarians to kick. Barbarians now at 14. And the Wolverines are at full strength at 15. Whoop, that ball got away from him, but wasn't handled by the Wolverine player. Kind of miscue on the kickoff, but the Wolverine player couldn't quite handle that cleanly, so it'll be a scrum, Barbarians.
That video we saw was pretty conclusive. Is that the championship over there? I'll have to roll over and check that out then. Rock guys? Oh. More dynamic as the official to keep the snap in. 2 seconds behind everything.
Yeah. 13 just spools straight ahead, and another penalty awarded to the Wolverines, and they're going to run it. I heard 3 talking earlier he wanted the ball, and there he's got it. Recycled. Into space. Oh, a forward pass. Seems like both teams, as soon as they start getting some momentum, they shoot themselves in the foot. Just as the teams start to get momentum, they shoot themselves in the foot with a forward pass, a drop ball, a penalty. Seems so close, but AR's having a chat now with referee about something. So the AR spotted something, and another yellow card to the Barbarians. Eight's had a lot of carries in this match. Oh, that's a big hit. And he's punished for hit him out of bounds. I think the wing probably would have liked to have that ball a little bit earlier. So the Barbarians have a line out. And the ball misses the jumper, but still claimed by the Barbarians. And now it's pretty sloppy in there. Barbarians push it forward just a tad. And there's a lot of bodies all over the place. And referee sorts it out as a Wolverine penalty. Tap and go, and three's got the ball. Oh, they're trying to get it back, and they just can't get it cleanly. And 9 gets a few hard yards. 14, the try scorer, or one of the try scorers, takes it on the edge. try and force it through the middle. And now it comes out. There's players uncovered out here. He's got to score, and he does. Wolverines' third try, putting them at 15. No conversions, but they still have a shot at this one. And it's through. $17-0. Wolverines over Northern California Barbarians. Left-footed kickoff, taken well by 14, who takes it straight up into a big hit. Chip up into some space. If he can gather this, nope. Bounce is not friendly. And 3 Barbarians run into each other, and he's offside. Play the knock-on first. Wolverines ball. At least they're putting in the scrum. The 8 pick gets by the first defender. And here they come around the corner. Good pass by 1 to 11, and 11 gets bundled out into touch. I don't know why 11 got so upset there. Slams the ball down. And instead of a line out, it's a penalty. And a penalty to the Wolverines. They find the touch safely, and they'll have a line out. just outside the 22. Well, a bad throw, but it's cleaned up by the Wolverines number 8. He's put in a yeoman's effort this afternoon. Oh, they said he was held in that tackle. I'm not so sure that's true, but it was close, and he didn't get the benefit of the doubt from the referee. Barbarians take a shot at touch. They don't make it, and the Wolverines are looking to counter. Hoist a high ball, and he's chased underneath. The Wolverines made no attempt to get back onside. So they had a choice of a kick or scrum, and they're going to take the scrum up. Blue put in. And Wolverines were boring in on the side there. Taking quickly, of course. And they're looking to run. A little spin move, but another ball that's knocked down. Very sloppy handling. Good platform by the Wolverines. Oh, a perfect pass that is not caught. And that's the game. 17-0 Wolverines over the Northern California Barbarians.